Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It's very good to be here today. I was here some of yesterday, and I want to thank Sandeep for the way this seminar program and the whole trade show has been organised. I was here last night for the fashion show. How many of you were here at last night's fashion show? Didn't those young design students do well? The two sponsors and their garments and their designs, excellent. But I thought just what was there yesterday was from the design competition was excellent.
Thank you.
Now, as Sandeep has said, we're looking today to have a panel that's very practical in terms of what can be done about sustainability, what can we offer as panel members for you to take back to your own places of work to be somewhat more sustainable. So in terms of the panel members, we designed from I'll do this in order of company, alphabet by company. From our chroma we have Miguel Sanchez. From Envoy Textiles, there's Mohammed and Rahman. Myself from GIZ, Sharf al-Haq from H&M, and Abdullah from Zubair & Zubair. Now, just to give ourselves an idea of who's in the audience, how many of you are from a factory, a producer? Okay. How many of you are from garment buying brands? Okay. How many of you are from chemical companies, dye companies? Okay. How many of you have not put up your hand yet? So, when we come to the end of our panel time, when we've had a discussion amongst ourselves, we will be asking you to ask some questions off the panel. We can't guarantee we know every answer, but anything we can't answer, send us an email and we'll find somebody who does know the answer. So that's our commitment. We don't have all knowledge on this side of the room, and it may well be that some of the questions you might want to ask, somebody else in the room has an answer for. Now, the way this seminar, this panel will run, will be for the first period, maybe half of the time, is that the presenters will make, panel members will make presentations, 4, 5, 6 minutes, and then we'll have a discussion, hopefully of questions that are of interest to you, and then we will open up to the floor for question and answer time. The whole panel should be complete within the hour, or maybe within 50 minutes. So I'll start just by explaining something about German technical development, GIZ, and our work in the denim sector in Bangladesh. We have worked in Bangladesh as GTZ and then GIZ PSES for nearly 8 years. We do three types of things. We work on social standards, we work on environmental standards, and also inclusive skills development. This is all about productivity and skill development, and our PSES title stands for Promotion of Social and Environmental Standards, and we work across the textile sector and also now in the leather sector. These are our three components. So in social standards we work on employment, labour standards, labour rights, enabling factories to comply with the Bangladesh Labour Act, enabling workers, very often women, to know how to be aware of their rights and fully engaged in the factory. We support development of participation committees. Environmental standards I'll tell something more about. Inclusive skills development is demonstrating that people with disabilities are good employees. They are very productive, they are very committed. We're looking to get more people with disabilities employed in the textile sector. I said that we would talk about practical approaches to sustainable denim production, and these are some of, if you like, our headlines, and we can come back to these during the panel. First would be green factories, and LEED certified factories, working at factories that are in buildings that are efficient in terms of energy, well designed, also good industrial process engineering. So one thing for me about a practical approach to sustainable denim is the premises, the site on which this factory is based, how the factory is designed, and we're not particularly promoting LEED as the standard, but it particularly is a very useful thing. Bangladesh, there are now several LEED Platinum certified factories and maybe 100 mills and factories working towards LEED certification. Also, the other take for us on sustainability is about water and energy, reducing the amount of thermal and electrical energy in use, reducing a mill's carbon and water footprint. Also from GIZ PSES, we're working hard now on how to recycle water from effluent treatment plants into process, because that's a significant water saving. If 40, 50, 60% of ETP outflow can be back in the process, that really does reduce the take on groundwater. So we have projects underway in Bangladesh for this. Also, there's the saying, what you can't measure, you can't manage. So energy and water metering, smart meters, dashboards, and also, as I've said, because of our interest in human resources, then a sustainable Denim will have a well-motivated, well-trained, inclusive workforce. The environment component of our work, about resource-efficient chemical management, training for ETP managers and ETP operators, and we do that through 3 training institutes in Bangladesh. And also, GIZ does not employ consultants. We capacity build service providers, freelance or companies, enabling them to have new skills, new knowledge, which they can then sell to a market of the factories. Now, I've put some GIZ PSS material on the table on your right-hand side, so feel free to take any of that away with you. My business cards are there if you want to be in contact with our team following this meeting. Our factory improvement program, support in terms of, I've talked about compliance and inclusive employment, supporting the implementation of environmental measures, including, which is EMS and ISO 14000, and I've said also about ETP, wastewater reuse and recycling. One of the things we've done which is important across the whole sector in Bangladesh is we've helped the Department of the Environment to produce a sludge management guideline, which is now signed off by the Minister of Environment and Forests. And we're about to start training Department of Environment officers and inspectors in a better inspection method in the factories, and also in how to help factories develop sludge management guidelines. We also have pilots in place turning ETP sludge into biogas, or co-processing with cement into bricks and tiles, waste to energy, incineration. Because clearly the old DOE rules were ETP sludge was stored for 6 months and not very clear what happens next. This is about trying to make a useful product from it, and also avoiding there being thousands of tons of dry cake stored around factories in Bangladesh. Just a little reminder of the situations we find. Belly washers, older machines, older processes, maybe not so good PPE. So just a reminder of, I'm not saying this is typical of the industry, but this is where we need to move from.